Hello there, friends, and welcome and thank you so much for being part of our Creative 8 retreat. Now, as you know, this whole retreat is going to happen on a Facebook group. So this quick video is going to show you, one, how to join the Facebook group, two, how to find the Facebook group later on when the retreat really gets started, and then three, how to kind of navigate the Facebook group so that you don't miss anything. You know, Facebook's one of those funny beasts, as I like to call it. And I know not everybody completely understands Facebook and you struggle finding things. So hopefully this video will help that. Now, before I get into that, I also want to let you know, if you do not use Facebook or you prefer not to even participate in the retreat via Facebook, remember, once you've registered, sit tight, and in about a week you will get an email, and that email will have links to all the project tutorials we share and also videos, like the video recordings of all of our Facebook lives or videos that we share. So you can be part of the retreat and just not participate via Facebook. So that's another option for you. And honestly, everybody that registers is going to get that email. So if you miss something on Facebook, hey, you're going to get it all in about a week anyways after the retreat. So you've registered for the retreat. You should have received an email. Actually, that's where you found this video. So I know you got the email that has a link in it to go join the retreat Facebook group. Well, that's where I am right now. So in that email, just click that link that says, join the retreat Facebook group, and it's going to bring you to the retreat Facebook group. Now, it will look a little bit different than the one I have on my screen here. This is just kind of a fake one I made up so that I can show you things. Now, when you go to the actual group, it will have a little button at the top that will say join group or join now or something join. You're going to need to click on that, and then it will ask you some questions. Make sure you answer those questions. If you do not answer them, we will not be able to approve your membership to our group. Now, part of the approval process is we do need to verify that you paid or you earned it for free. So we need to know who you are. Now, I know there are a lot of people that use a different name on Facebook than they might use on their PayPal account. So when you paid for the retreat, if you say you use your husband's name or his name's on the PayPal account, that's the name we're looking for. And when you try to join via Facebook, we might see Mary Smith, but on our registration list, we see John Smith. And that causes a problem, and we don't know how to approve you because we don't see you on the registration list. So make sure, if your Facebook name is different, you email the person you registered with so that we know who you are. We want to make sure we can approve you in time so that you can participate on our live retreat if that's what you want to do. Now, also, the last couple days before the retreat starts, we are going to be so busy getting ready for the retreat, we won't have time to do approvals. So make sure you go join that group right away so that we can approve you. Now, you've joined the group. You've been approved. What you want to make sure you do is set your notifications. That's this little box right here called notifications, and you're going to want to set it to all posts. This will help you not miss anything. Now, this is something you can do with all your Facebook groups, but what will happen when you set your notifications on your Facebook group, see this little bell up here with a number? Anytime something's posted in the group, you'll get a little red number up here saying it's a notification, and that's just kind of an indicator to you that, oh, I better go check if something's been posted. Now, the thing with Facebook, and I think this is where most people struggle, when you go to Facebook, you are either using your phone or you're using your computer, and you open up the app or you open up the program, whatever, and it takes you to what we consider Facebook. And it looks similar to this. Now, yours will look a little bit different, but this is what we call our news feed. And we scroll through here and we start seeing all kinds of stuff that our friends posted, groups that we're part of posted, pages we've liked posted. It shows up here. Now, you don't always see everything, but what happens if you just go to Facebook during the retreat, you're going to miss things. You need to go directly to the retreat Facebook group so that you see everything. So a couple ways to do that. Probably the easiest, and what I usually do, is I just come up here in the search bar and you will start typing the name of the Facebook group for the retreat. You'll know what the name is from when you joined it. You'll see mine right here is this kind of fake group I made up called Navigating the Retreat on Facebook. So when I click on that, you'll see it come up right here. I can click on it again, and here's the group. So when we say go directly to the group, that's what you need to do. This is the group. This is where everything will happen for the retreat. Now, keep in mind what I'm showing you right now is what it looks like on a computer. I will be honest, Facebook is way easier on a computer than on a mobile or a mobile app, which would be a phone or a tablet or an iPad. So I'm going to go through the computer stuff first, and then I will also give you a quick little tutorial for where to find some things on your phone if that's your only way of participating. So we have come to the group here. Now, what is super important to understand is this little area right here, you see my cursor going, called announcements. It's always at the very top. When you start scrolling down, you're going to see it. It says announcements, and right here it says see all. That says there's 3 announcements. Another way to access the announcements is over in the left-hand column here. You can just click on announcements. So you either click there and it shows them all to you, or here we just click on see all. So either way. But what announcements are, and you may hear us use the terminology, we've pinned it to the announcements. When we put something in the announcements, it stays in the section in chronological order that we posted it. So the best way, if you're not participating live or you're not hanging out with us all day long and you just want to see everything that's happened, go to the announcements and scroll through that section. You will see everything we did in the order that we did it. Now, I put kind of a few fake posts in here just to be able to walk you through this. You'll see my very first post, retreat schedule. So that was in the announcements. After that post, I did mystery stamping clues. So that's right there. Then we're going to make believe we did a Facebook Live presentation, and that's right there. So this, if you're not participating and kind of monitoring the group all the time, the best way is just go to the group, click on announcements, and you can scroll through and see everything we've done. Now, if you just go to the group, you're going to get, again, announcements at the top, and then underneath that, you will see all the posts. So all these posts are kind of there twice. They're underneath the announcements plus in the announcements. But what happens underneath the announcements, every time someone comments, like for instance, let's just go ahead and we'll come down here to this post. This was the first one. And if someone comments, so we'll just, so glad to be here. And I comment, what's going to happen, and I think I have to kind of refresh the screen here. Not in the announcements section, but underneath announcements, you can see that jumped up to the top of the regular Facebook group page here. So that you're never going to find things in order that way. And that's why we encourage you to go to these announcements. You can see here, this retreat schedule is the first post. It stays the first post. So this is the best way to just follow everything. Now let's go to this post Facebook Live presentation. During the retreat, we are going to be coming live or posting videos quite often. And every time we do, you will see it just in the regular discussion here initially. It won't be in the announcements, but it'll all of a sudden pop up. And we'll do our thing, we'll talk to you, blah, 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 blah. When we are all done and we say goodbye, this is the end of our live, give us 5-10 minutes or so, and we will then go back to that post and we will put it in the announcements. So if I just went live, a few minutes later, you'll be able to go to this group, you'll be able to go to announcements, you'll see my live right here at the top, and I will also edit the description. So right above the video, it will give you the link to the tutorial. So in our presentation, we'll talk about the tutorial and maybe show it to you and show you diagrams, whatever. But when we are all done, you will be able to come back here and download that tutorial. Now, speaking of tutorials, a lot of people ask if we can give you a list of supplies ahead of time, and if you're going to be stamping right along with us, and so on and so forth. The answer for the most part is no. We have found that we're going live at least 10 times in the course of the day. And we get on there and we like bam, 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 we show you some things, we teach you how to make something, and we know that the majority of you would never be able to keep up with us. So we found it works best. Let us go live, watch us, enjoy our video, and then as soon as we're done and we post the tutorial, pull up the tutorial, and then if you'd like to make that project, go get your supplies and make that project. Now, there's no pressure. Do those at your own pace. You have, all day or for as long as you want. You will have unlimited access always to this group and those tutorials. So you don't have to be stressed over it. Some people last time liked to, as soon as we were done, go grab supplies and make that project, and that's awesome. Others, watched and maybe pulled up one or two and did those. That's awesome too, whatever works for you. Now, all of our projects are what we like to call generic in nature. And so that's another reason we don't want to give you a list of supplies, because you don't have to use what I use. And we would rather have you watch and then you decide what you want to use. Now, there might be an exception. If we do mystery stamping, that will be an exception, and we'll tell you supplies ahead of time. So watch for those types of posts. Okay, now the other thing I want to make sure that you know how to do is comment and post pictures. So let's come down here, just make believe this is a video, and as I'm live, you're commenting away and we get lots of comments and so on and so forth. But we also like to challenge you to do our projects. So if you do make a project using the idea or the tutorial that I share, come back to this post and you can show us a picture of what you made. It's just like leaving a comment. You just click the little camera here and you will post your picture wherever it is on your computer. So that's how you do that. So once again, I think the most critical thing is once we get rolling, don't rely on just opening up Facebook to find us. You want to go directly to the group. And that is what I told you at the beginning here. Go up into the search. You will know the name of the group you're trying to go to and open up that group. Oops, and we got to be able to type right and click on the right thing here. There it is, and click on it, and here is where all the retreat would be if this was the correct Facebook group for you. So I hope this was helpful as far as helping you be prepared for the retreat and to easily be able to find us. So once again, remember, if you can't join us live, that's great. Just come here whenever you want. If you join us live, it's kind of fun to be on there live and interact with us. So hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have any questions or problems, make sure to reach out to the person, the Creativate team member that you registered with, and they will be able to help answer your questions. So I look very forward to sharing with you on our Creativate retreat. We have so many fun projects. It's going to absolutely be a blast. Now, hang on, don't go away. This video is going to be followed by another short little segment, and I'm going to show you how things on Facebook look a little bit different if you are using a phone. And like I said, we do recommend a computer. It's easier to find things, but if you're using a phone, I want to make sure you can find everything that I just shared with you. So we'll be right back with the phone part. Hang on a sec. So now that I've showed you how to find things on Facebook for the retreat group on a desktop, let's talk about a phone for just a little bit here. Now, I have an iPhone just as I have an Apple desktop. So yours, if it's not an Apple product or an iPhone, might look a little bit differently, but I think the principles that I'm going to share with you are exactly the same. Now, hopefully you've watched all the way through the part about how we find different things via the desktop. Well, the phone is basically the same thing. Your screens are going to look just a little bit different. So this part's going to be really quick. So the first thing, same principle applies. You know how we have just this, I guess I want to almost say mentality, that when we go to Facebook, we simply click on that Facebook app, okay? We'll bring it back here a second. And we just click on Facebook and we think that's all it is. For the retreat and any other group you want to make sure you don't miss anything, same thing applies. Go to Facebook. Up at the top here, there will be the little search bar, and then type in the group you want to go to. Now, if you visited it recently, it's going to actually show up. So you see right here, it says Navigating the Retreat. That is the Facebook group that I'm working with to show you how to do these different things. So here's the group. Same ideas with a desktop. Now, the one thing that's a little bit different on a phone is you'll see across the top here is a little bit different than on a desktop. Things we looked for were along the left-hand side, but the important thing is this button right here, Announcements. If I click on that, here are those announcements that we talked about. So this will be all of the posts that we've done so far in the retreat. Remember, this is just kind of a practice little group here, but here are the 3 posts I did in order that they were done. This is the easiest way to just come to the group and find the things you're looking for. Now, if you scroll through the group, again, be underneath announcements, and you can see here at the top, you can even click on See All, just like a desktop. But as you scroll, once you get beyond the announcements, again, you will see the different posts that have happened in this group. Now, keep in mind, just like before, every time someone comments, it bumps it to the top of this. It doesn't affect where in the announcements, but it will affect as you're scrolling the order of things. So if you say you don't attend our group or our retreat live and you want to come back the next day or whatever and just see everything, truly your best bet is to just go to announcements, and even if you want to go in order, scroll all the way to the bottom of the announcements and then work your way up. Now let's come back up to the group here. Across the top here, you will also see, your photos, your events, your files, your photo albums for the retreat. We're not going to really use those, I don't think. But if we ever tell you to go to the files or go to an album or go to the photos, you'll just see these across the top where you can just kind of swipe them back and forth. Now, just like on a computer, if you want to comment, just come to a post, click on comment. We'll see right here, and you can go ahead. This is the same one I did on the desktop. Happy to see you. We'll just type something here and go ahead, and there is how you post a comment. Now, if you'd want to post a picture, same thing. Click on comment. You will see right over here to the right, the little camera. Click on camera. It will bring up all of your photos. And again, this is an iPhone. If it's different, I can't really help you. Click on the picture you want. You can say something as a comment and then just hit your little blue arrow. And that's how I post a picture. So again, basically everything's the same. The key is just making sure that you use the search up at the top to go directly to the Facebook group of the retreat. You'll hear us say that a lot, but if you don't want to miss anything, go directly to that group and you'll be able to scroll through and there will be everything. So I hope this tutorial was very helpful to you as far as navigating Facebook and so that you don't miss anything in our retreat. And don't forget, you do not have to attend live. If you've registered for the retreat, come to this group anytime, see what we've posted. Or if you don't want to do Facebook at all, about a week or so after the retreat, if you've registered, you will receive an email from us that will have a link to all of the tutorials as well as links to all of the Facebook Lives. We'll download those so you can have those as well. So once again, welcome to the Creative 8 Retreat. We are so excited you're here with us, and we can't wait to just share tons and tons of fun ideas. So enjoy and stamp away.